Welcome to this channel, Think JS with Taj. This is the lecture number 2 of the basic concepts of polity. Okay, so if you are preparing from any examination like UPSC, SSC, CAPF, CSF, so this channel is going to simplify the complex concept into a more simpler one, and I am sharing various exam focused tricks, real previous year questions, and memory techniques so that learning becomes easy and effective. So this is the lecture number 2 where we can discuss about various things like what do you mean by constitution, what do you mean by constitutionalism, what do you mean by territory, what do you mean by country, and what is a written constitution and unwritten constitutions, and what is a constitutional government and non-constitutional government. Okay, so without any delay, let's get started, and be sure, be trusted with me so that I am able to clear your concepts and doubts. Okay, so this is going to be your lecture number 2. As I said earlier, my handwriting is so bad, you have to cope up with me because holding the norm of the concept is more important than attention to this object. Okay, so this is the lecture number 2. You can here know about the territory and what do we mean by country. See, so territory, when you say this is a disputed territory, this is a landlocked territory. So in the territory and the country, these two things are similar. This is the territory and this is the country. This is having a defined geographical area. Okay, this is having a defined geographical area. This is also having a defined geographical area. But the difference is that geographical area means this having some latitude and extents, this having some longitudinal extents, this having this territory having some coordinates in the geography exist. Okay, in case of country, you can know, let's say in case of India, we know the geographical extent here India. It lasted in between, in case of India, we know the geographical latitude and longitudinal extents. Here it is 8 degree, 4 degree north to 37 degree 6 north. And its longitudinal extent is 68 degree 7 to 97 degree 25 minutes. So this is the coordinates of the India. So my concept is, in case of territory and the country, these things are similar. This is having a different geographical area, country having a different geographical area. But the main difference between territory and country, you can know that there is no political unit here. There is no rule of law. There is no codified political unit here. But in case of country, you can say, let's say in case of India, we have the codified law. We have the codified rule of law. We have the codified political unit here. We have the political sovereignty here. So this is the country and this is the nation. The main difference is that there is no political unit in case of territory, and there is some political unit, there is some rule of law, there is some case in case of country. So if there is a dispute arises, so dispute is like what? Dispute is like, what is the dispute? Let's say Ladakh is a disputed territory. Okay, in total, because China is claiming here, India is also claiming here. So China said this is our area. India said no, this much area is ours. So this is the disputed territory here. Okay, so this is the disputed territory between Ladakh. We can say Ladakh is having geographical unit. Yes, this is having some latitudinal extent, this is having some longitudinal extent. But the disputed area is what? There is no political unit here. India is trying to establish its political unit. China is also trying to establish a political unit. So this is the territory, this is the country. And in case of territory, let's say example is what? Let's say example is Greenland. Okay, let's say there is a territory called Greenland. You heard about it earlier. Okay, Greenland is under the control of Denmark. But if you see in the world map, Denmark is existed here, Greenland is existed here. Okay, so how Denmark is controlling Greenland? Because Greenland is a territory. I think there is no rule of law, there is no political unit. So Denmark is having some rule of law and is controlling its Let's say there is another country claiming Greenland is ours, so there is a dispute between Denmark and another country. Let's say this is country B. So Greenland is having a geographical extent, but there is no rule of law, there is no defined population, there is no limited government here, there is no rule of law here. That's why Greenland is a territory and Denmark is a country. I hope these things are clear to you. Now you can proceed to the slide. Also, these things are also written in the slide. Also, you are very much comfortable after reading from the slide. So I'm just going to open board and open the slide for you, which is about territory and the sea. In case of territory, a specific geographical area of land, may it is, I can say, may it is a water body, may it is a land body, may it is a airspace, may it is a maritime zones. Maritime zones, like UNICLOS has already defined our Indian territory, that this is the territorial unit, this is the special economic zones, this is the contiguous zone. So these things are demarcated by whom? The body is UNICLOS. So we can discuss it later about what is UNICLOS, what are the objectives, what is the rationale behind India included in UNICLOS, what is the future applications of the UNICLOS. So these are the things we can discuss about the later when we discuss about the geopolitics section. So territory in a nutshell, you can say specific geographical area of land including water, airspace, maritime zones under the jurisdiction control of a ruler state. Ruler state, I can say Greenland is under what? Greenland is under the rule of Denmark, state or authority. Focus physical space. It's having a geographical extent, or you can say here it is written the physical space. I can say it is having geographical extent. Example, Ladakh territory of India. I am already taken example. Territory of US. This is Goa. Okay. What country? See, here is the catch. The country is having a political unit. But the territory, there is no political unit. The political unit is absent here. Okay. With a defined territory, permanent population is here. There Greenland, there is no population lived here. This is a barren island. Okay. Permanent population here. Government is here. Government means what? Rule of law exists here. Rule of order exist here. Law and orders exist here. Various dispute resolution mechanism is here. Government and sovereignty over internal and external affairs. What is sovereignty over internal external affairs? If India is attacked by any country, India has the power to retaliate it. Okay. If India is attacked by any country, like say for in case of Pakistan, India have to retaliate it. And you can see it earlier in the Operation Sindhu. India retaliates very well to Pakistan, damage to the Pakistan. Okay. So there is sovereignty over internal and external affairs. But in case of Ladakh, we can say India is claiming, China is also claiming. In case of Denmark, let's say, in case of Greenland, let's say Denmark is claiming. Maybe in future Russia is claiming that Greenland is ours. Maybe US is claiming that Greenland is ours. So this is having no sovereignty over the internal and external affairs. This is what I am trying to say. Okay. So this is rule of law between. This is the basic difference between the territory and the country. Okay. Example country is India, Japan, Brazil, Denmark, whatever say. So the relationship between. So now the relationship between territory and the country is every country has territory. Okay, let's say India is a country, so India has a territory. I can earlier explain that every territory and every country have shared a common thing. What is that? There is having a fixed geographical extent. Okay, so every territory is a country. But is that every country is a territory? Is that every territory is a country? I'm sorry. Is that every territory is a country? No. You can say if there is a territory which maybe in future become a country. I'm sorry. Say this is a country. Okay. So this is a country. It must become a territory. In order to become a country, it must become a territory first. Because I can earlier said that in between the territory and country, there is a common thing existed. What is that? There must be a fixed geographical area. Okay. So every country is a territory, but not every territory is a country. Greenland is not a country. Ladakh territory is not become a country because it is already claimed by India and China. So here it is explained, every country has a territory, but not every territory is a country. So country is defined by the territory itself, the people itself, the government itself, the rule of government under rule of law and order, everything are existed here, and the sovereignty itself. What do you mean by sovereignty? I am already explained to it. Because we have the power to retaliate and we are free from any internal and external affairs. Okay. can do anything whatever we want to do, except law set by the WTO, WHO, UNCLOS, etc. Okay. Territory may be a part of a country or another country's control and may not have full sovereignty. So in case of territory, there is no sovereignty existed here. It may be under rule of other than. We can say the Greenland is under the rule of Denmark. So this is the things between what is the difference and between the territory and country. So in a nutshell, you can discuss about this is the territory, this is country. We can say geographical extent is existed here, yes. Geographical extent is existed here, yes. Every territory is a nation, is a country. Sorry, we can every territory is not a country, but every country is a territory. First, because we have to send geographical extent, etc. Is the territory sovereign? No, territory is not sovereign. But is a country is a sovereign? Yes, the country is sovereign. It is ruled or captured by another country. But in case of country, it is sovereign. So it is not affected by internal and external affairs. This is the whole difference between the territory and the country. We have to write it down, otherwise these are existing in the PDF, but we cannot skin touch this handwriting because we are not going to explain anything except some great historians maybe depict this, but you are not record it. I am pretty sure. Okay. Now we are going to another concept. Concept number 3 is, what do you mean by institutions? What do you mean by institutions? Okay. Let's say first. Okay.